Knots. News of the squared. Yes, we are here to show you a good time. Knots. News of the squared. Just tune us here. Yes, right here. And of course, we got Jeff. And we've got Mike. We're here tonight on the Knots.
Or during the day.
Knots.
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 The squared. If you care, then sit right there.
You had to get him to sing, huh? You said play us in, huh?
Slow clap. Thank you, Ivan.
The lyrics need a little work, bud. Other than that, we're good.
Don't change it. It was beautiful. I need a minute, guys. Okay, I'm good.
Always wanted to do that.
Well, now you've done it.
Okay, don't do it again. Right?
You did something.
Okay, what do we got to start, Jeff?
Well, now that we need protection, here's a different kind. Condoms
For your fingers?
Condoms sell out after viral social media posts encourage people to put them on their fingers to avoid getting the coronavirus. Australians have been in a buying panic for packs of condoms, believing that it will help them to protect against the coronavirus. Somebody shared a picture of empty shelves after a store sold out of Durex contraceptives. Can anybody please tell me what happened? She wrote in the picture. Other moms told her that the panic buying comes from a social media post that encouraged people to use condoms to protect their fingers against the virus. Well, at least they're lubed up, I guess. I don't know. Here's what one user said. There's been some stupid post telling people to put condoms on their fingers to press buttons, etc.
I've got condoms on me fingers.
Okay, Ringo.
This corona thing is just writing all kinds of stuff by itself. Finger condoms. We need finger condoms. That's what we need.
Yeah, we talked about those a couple weeks ago that keep the Cheeto dust off your hands.
Yeah, I don't think this is this.
No, these are actual condoms that actually go on penises, but people are putting them on the actual fingers.
Can you imagine trying to eat Cheetos with those?
Especially if they got the latex.
If they got that lubricant on it, it's like gross.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Nope.
That is nasty. Well,
but figuring this, that's got to be all right.
Finger me this, Cape Crusader.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you'd be able to go ahead and put a condom on maybe 2 fingers. So you'll need
three.
You'll need 3 to get your whole hand, unless you stick one into one of them, and then you'll need 2.
Ivan's thinking this thing through.
Yeah, he's being a little bit. Yeah, he's doing the math in his
head. You'd be better off just going and getting like latex gloves and just greasing them up or something, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can get the
Not that
latex.
You want that either. But...
Yeah, because why would you want the latex type taste in everything you eat? That's, I don't know. You get the plastic gloves. Plastic gloves could work, but they
maybe.
Just use condoms for your dick, people. Come on. That's
use the condoms for your pecker.
You should be able to just buy like a box of disposable latex gloves.
Well, yeah.
Or even the cheapo plastic ones.
Well, I mean, I have seen women who've. Well, all right, no. Well, sure, we've gone to.
You talking about the vaginal condom? Are you able to put your whole fist in there?
Well, no, I mean, I have had it where like some women. there are some women who, when you're you're playing with someone vaginally that it's like they, because you don't want them. You want maybe your fingers aren't clean or something like that to put your fingers in a condom and do that. I mean, there's that, but that's even that's stretching it a little. Well,
you're literally stretching it.
Yeah, really.
Pun intended.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some reason why you want to put condoms on your fingers. I can't
Well,
otherwise I'm
I'm at a loss here. I mean, since I'm putting condoms on my fingers, just good. Can you imagine that in a dinner setting? Excuse me, while I put, what are you doing? Oh, I'm putting condoms on my fingers. I don't want to touch these utensils.
Yeah, have fun eating wings with that.
Yeah, or any finger food like chicken or sandwiches.
Yeah.
Getting Cheetos, potatoes.
I don't need oil. I don't need oil and I don't need like oil and vinegar. I already got lubrication for my sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, I got lubricant. I mean, why do I need anything else to go along with my Fritos?
No.
Fritos and lubricant. Yeah.
All right, Mike. What do you got? Because we're beating this down to death.
I've got one here from Yahoo.com. A college student makes a $1,700 mistake in an Uber. He said, I literally thought it was a dream. A British college student was almost successfully responsible after a night out. He was on a good path when he decided to call an Uber home after an evening of drinking in Newcastle, England, but accidentally typed in an address in Norwich, a town 250 miles away from his intended destination.
Nice.
The engineering student, who requested to be called James, told SWNS that he slept through most of the 5-hour trip and was stunned when he realized he was hundreds of miles away from campus. When I woke up, I literally thought it was a dream. Surely I hadn't done this, he said. The bill ended up being £1,300, roughly $1,700 US.
Oh, shit!
But the driver was surprisingly fine with the accident and didn't end up charging James for the trip. In response, James gave him a 5-star rating.
Gee, thanks.
He then got on a train back to Newcastle, but was consequently fined for not buying a train ticket and also missed all of his classes for the day.
Oh, boy, so he fucked over several ways.
How did he get on a train without having a train ticket?
He didn't buy a train ticket. He got on a train, so he got fined for it.
So he just kind of jumped on and just... It's not like our metros here where you jump on and the conductors come up and down the aisles and say, ticket, please?
Yeah.
So you have to go to an actual window.
Yeah, you have to buy the tickets ahead of time. But Uber company policy does not have a set limit for how far an Uber can take you. But there is a time limit of 4 hours. Unfortunately for this driver, Uber caps the number of hours UK drivers can be logged in to accept trips at 10 hours, meaning a driver wasted half of that time for no money.
Yeah.
So, dude got stoned and I put in the wrong address and boom, I passed out. Woke up 250 miles away from campus.
Really.
No matter where I looked, it got stiffed.
So wasted. Finger condomed. Yeah, you'd have been able to type the address better for his Uber ride if he wasn't wearing his finger condoms.
Yeah, and then he could have seen the screen better.
I seem to remember hearing stories of sometimes athletes who needed to get to training camp or games or stuff like that or practices where they their flight got canceled and they basically hired an Uber to take them the whole way, and it was hundreds or thousands of dollars to do it. But they were usually pro athletes who've done this, so I mean it's happened before.
Well, at least the driver got the benefit of the money from the athletes and everything, not like this guy who.
Yeah, no, those guys get. Yeah, usually there's stories about stuff like that where the athletes do that and then they'll tip really well and all that kind of stuff usually. Where it was okay, I got to get there and I can't get there on time and I'm just gonna take this Uber and It's easier than renting a car and figuring out how to do the whole thing. So,
Well, yeah, you take away all the extra steps of having to find a place to rent a car, then get your
and then
proof
getting
to
it
have
back
the
and all
car,
that stuff.
Assuming
yeah.
the
and
car
all
rental
the
place is open.
paperwork. Yeah, exactly. I mean, because I don't think that would work at 2 a.m.
Yeah, depending. But
unless you have a 24-hour Hertz.
well, so we also have to worry about other things. Like, we talked about condoms. Well, here's a place to put some of them because they have warned a banana throwing man not to do it again for 6 months.
Yeah, did we cover this one last week?
Oh, did we?
I think
The
we
I
banana
did.
don't know if we
throwing
did.
man?
Did we? I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
we
I
did.
think we did.
We did? Okay, this is okay. Next, all right. Well,
And
since we've done that one, let's see what do we got. Okay, this one also from our crack reporter, Mike Boyle. This one for Mike. Orphan monkeys forced to serve beers. I don't care about your privacy thing. Orphan monkeys forced to serve beers and play air hockey with kids in bar jobs.
What?
This is from the Daily Star. Baby Maccaries whose parents are being killed in order by angry farmers are being snatched from their streets and made to become human entertainers. I guess this is something going on in Japan. Orphan monkeys are being made to serve beer in bars and play air hockey with kids in Japan.
So let me get this straight. They're getting all these monkeys, and they're taking the time to train them to serve beer and to play with kids.
entertain me.
Apparently, thousands of these they're called Mackenzies, or maybe I'm pronouncing this wrong. Mackays are killed in Japan each year after being reported to authorities by angry farmers for destroying fruit and vegetable crops. According to the Ministry of Environment, 19,000 monkeys are culled each year in state-sponsored programs, leaving thousands more babies orphaned. Some of these babies end up falling into the hands of entertainment groups. Reported the National Geographic in its March issue. They are then trained to fuel the Japanese insatiable appetite for monkey performance, traditionally known as Samawashi?
Samawashi.
Let me find the article. I can help you with the pronunciation.
Names and stuff.
With the pronunciation.
The pronunciation. Modern
He's
interpretations include discipline.
Saru Mawashi.
Saramawashi, God bless you. Modern interpretations include disciplined troops of monkeys being made to perform slapstick acrobatic plays while dressed in little costumes for amusement of children and adults alike.
Stupid monkey.
This reminds me of the Simpsons. Who's the monkey in the Simpsons that works with Krusty? That's what this reminds me of. Like
what was the name of
Oh,
Krusty's
I
monkey?
can't remember his
I
name.
remember.
Is that the one they keep opening the door on and he keeps pointing at you with the mean crazy face?
No, that's
Maybe.
the angry monkey and Family Guy.
Yeah. Anyway, so some primates are even becoming the main in-house bars, amusement arcades, a phenom well documented in social media feeds. 2 hours north of Tokyo, selfies with animals are being encouraged by management as being good for business. They're made to serve ice cold beers and hand out warm towels to cheering patrons, as well as dressed up in costumes and masks to resemble well-known figures, including U.S. President Donald Trump.
they didn't throw shit at him.
Elsewhere, they're dressed in little play suits that are made to entertain children by challenging them to games of air hockey at the Nikko Surgundin, a monkey entertainment complex in Nikko City.
Wow.
Okay, so basically, we're trading monkeys. This doesn't sound like it'll go well.
Yeah, but what if you piss the monkey off and he starts throwing shit at you?
And then he
come on.
Forget
starts
that, you
like
give him a beer
biting
mug.
your ear or something.
Yeah, he starts screeching really loud, Ree!
Forget screeching really loud. You gave him a beer mug. Smack that thing over the guy's head. Good night.
Okay.
And you want kids to play air hockey with them?
Jeff.
This is a bad idea.
Jeff, do you think the monkey could beat Ivan in a game of air hockey?
Oh man.
I would pay to see that. Ivan versus the monkey in air hockey.
I'm not positive the monkey couldn't beat me in air hockey. That monkey probably plays more air hockey than you or I, all three of us combined.
All three of us have ever played. So
the scary part is
yeah, I'd probably kick our asses. Yeah.
Seriously.
I think we need all three of us versus the one monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
All of us would take a paddle each, try to outdo the one monkey. He'll call the rest of his friends. He have 3-on-3 on each side. The fucking monkey air hockey war.
Well, yeah, then he flings poo at us while he's trying to.
Yeah,
he poo at us and we're running it for cover, and then he puts in the goal. That's how it
While
works.
wearing a tiny Donald Trump mask.
Yeah, with condoms on his fingers.
Well, that would make it more difficult for him if he was wearing condoms on his fingers.
Well, he does. I don't think he wants to sit there and stick his hands in the poo. He might as well have condoms on his fingers.
And after you have a few drinks, you can leave the bar and put in the wrong address on the Uber and wind up 250 miles away.
Yeah.
And pay the Uber driver half of his fare.
Maybe he'll just pay him in air hockey games. I don't know. Mike, what do you got?
Here's one from Q104.3, courtesy of Scott.
Ah!
A driver in Louisiana was pulled over after a cop noticed they were driving around with a license plate that expired 23 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
This happened in Louisiana. The Slidell Police Department shared a photo of the expired plate on Facebook, joking, "We can't make this stuff up. For those of you who like to switch tags, at least give us a good challenge and don't use a license plate that is over 20 years old and expired back in 1997. When asked about the expired plate, the driver casually replied, "Sorry, officer, I've been busy lately and totally forgot to renew my vehicle registration."
Just like that.
I'll be honest, I'm impressed he didn't get caught for 23 years.
Wow.
I think he just swapped it out with a plate he probably had lying around. I don't think it was...
Oh, did he? Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, to not be able to get caught for 23 years is kind of impressive.
So that means the car he's riding around in is stolen.
And he then promised to take... No, he probably just didn't want to pay the registration. Which, by the way, is going up $50 a year. Thank you, Governor Pritzker. We appreciate it.
Well...
Louisiana issued this style of license plate from 1993 through December 31st, 2001. They reissued the plates in 2004, then they discontinued it again the following year. The department did not say if the driver was cited, and it is unknown if the delinquent driver renewed their registration when they got home. Well, I promise I'll take care of them when I get home.
Lot of holes in that story, man.
Well, if he removes it with the condoms, then he'll be fine.
He needs to get a bunch of monkeys to actually switch.
Yeah, to change out the license plate.
There we go. Yeah, you get. Yeah, there's a. Now that I'd pay to see.
Yeah, instead of like James Bond's car.
Plate.
Bond's car, you push the button and it flips the license plate. Where you train
over.
the monkey changes the license plate while you're driving.
You know what?
Right.
Forget.
Or better yet,
plates.
while you're busy double parked someplace, you let your monkey out, and he switches the plate from the parked car to your car.
You're letting your monkey out?
Yeah.
That's what the condoms are for.
There you go.
Hello.
Let your monkey out. Oh!
That's what happens when you drive 1,700 miles in the wrong direction. You let your monkey out.
You let your monkey out to play air hockey.
Yeah,
while stealing license plates.
Is that code for something?
Hey.
I let my monkey out to play air hockey. Hello.
I let my monkey out to play air hockey.
I let my monkey out.
Can you imagine being that code for something? You go to somebody's doorway and hey, I let my monkey out to play air hockey.
He's playing air hockey. In the air, he's swinging in the air.
Come in.
Oh, you pervert.
we guys a weirdo.
They don't know how to say pervert. Go away, you prevert.
They call them creepers now.
Creepers now.
Go away, creeper.
Don't hurry up, change your license plate, you creeper.
Yeah.
Let your monkey out.
Like that little monkey.
Yeah, just let your monkey out. Yeah.
What do you got next, Jeff?
So apparently, there's a woman who's been watering a plant,
And let her
and
monkey
she's been
out.
doing so for the last 2 years. One problem: plant is plastic. This is from Fox News, so take it for the grain of salt. This is from Mike found this one. Plastic plants need love too. They don't need water, however, but they do need monkeys. They do need monkeys.
You didn't need monkeys to water the plastic plants.
Yep. And then change the license plate. There's something great about buying a plant, taking care of it, and actually having to survive more than a week or two. So imagine the shock one woman must have felt when she began realizing that the plant she'd been caring for and watering for 2 years was actually made out of plastic.
That had to be devastating. Why isn't it blooming?
The
Why
woman
is it
shared her story on. See, this is the part where I wouldn't admit this. Why would you admit this on Facebook? This is not something you admit. I've had this beautiful
Everything
succulent.
on Facebook. Come on.
Okay, but not this. This is not something you admit. There are lots of things you admit. This is not
Something
one
you
of them.
you hear about at someone's Thanksgiving party, but
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
not on Facebook.
My plants
So here's the quote from her.
plastic plant.
I had this beautiful succulent for about 2 years now. Obviously, she means the plant. I was proud of this plant. It was full, beautiful coloring, just an overall perfect plant. I had it up in my kitchen window. I've been watering the plant. I had a watering plan for it. If someone else tried to water my succulent, I would get. She called it her succulent. That's just weird all by itself.
Yeah.
I would get so defensive because
was
I would want to
planned.
keep it in good care. I absolutely love my succulent. Is that kind of like letting out your monkey? I love my succulent, and I let out my monkey. Unfortunately, when she decided
My
to
succulent.
transplant the plant to a new vase, she made a shocking discovery. I got to pull it up from the original plastic container it was purchased in with it to learn that the plant was fake. But I put so much love into the plant. I washed its leaves, tried my hardest to keep it looking its best, and it's completely plastic. How did I not notice? I pull it from the
She forgot
container.
to take the condoms off her fingers.
Probably. I pulled it from the container and it's sitting on top of styrofoam with sand glued on top. Miss that.
Oh
A
my
stay-at-home
god.
mom. This woman's a stay-at-home mom. Shared photos of the plant, which does look to be real on top. What's pulled from the container? However, it's clearly not alive. I feel like these last 2 years have been a lie. Oh, hell.
Man, if that's what's going on in your life, dear, you need to get out more.
It kind of is a lie because it's almost like it's fake.
Yeah, it is fake. I mean, there's nothing to it, man. I'm watering my plastic plant. Yeah,
Well,
okay.
this is to stay alive.
Forever.
Not dying.
Forever.
You know what? We need monkeys flinging plastic plants at people.
Well, if they're not playing air hockey, then they can do something constructive.
Yeah,
Like
let out my
throw plastic
let out
plants.
my monkey. Let out my monkey.
Well, you know, they
do
could
what you
live
do with
in
my
the
succulent.
plastic plants. They could live in the plastic plants. And then
See, here's the problem. Isn't it creepy that she's calling her plant my succulent?
Is that a kind of house plant?
it
I
is a
don't
kind of
think so.
house
I
plant.
think is
No,
it?
no, it is. It is.
Oh, is it? Because that sounds
Legitimately, yes.
creepy.
No, but
That sounds
suck-
like it's like the
It's
Little
like
Shop
my
of Horrors plant.
precious.
Yeah,
no,
the
but
Little
it's
Shop of
true,
Horrors
guys.
plant.
No,
Like, it's my mean
my
green
mother had
mother
a-
from outer space. You know?
No, my mother had a flower shop. Yeah, we had succulents. Yeah, it's a legitimate term. Yeah,
Come here and touch my succulent.
suck on my succulent.
Yeah.
'Cause it's succulent.
But first, let me put on these finger condoms.
And let me go
That's
get
right.
my
That
monkey.
monkey brought me.
Yeah. All right, what do you got, Mike?
1,400 miles away.
Speaking of swinging around your meat,
Uh-oh.
this were from TMZ Sports. I guess this is a sport. Joey Chestnut crushes 32 Big Macs in 38 minutes, setting a world record.
Joey crushed his chestnuts and made 32.
Now, so we're clear. Joey Chestnut is the guy who has pretty much for the last decade
dominated
the Nathan's hot dog contest.
Yeah, Kobayashi.
Yeah?
I thought Kobayashi beat him a couple times.
Right, and then Kobayashi. Well, I don't understand what happened. I guess Kobayashi got into a fight with the Eating Federation or something, and then I don't understand how it all went down or what's with that. But that's so. Really, in reality, we haven't had like a Kobayashi Joey Chestnut showdown since that point.
That would be great to have them have a showdown while the monkeys are throwing the hot dogs and things at them, and they would pick up the hot dogs.
So wait, how many? Okay, so read this to me again. How many Big Macs in how short a time?
32 Big Macs in 38 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
That's
15 pounds of food.
I'm not even thinking about it from that perspective. I mean, I could sit down and I could eat 2 Big Macs in a sitting. Okay?
Yeah, me too.
And in fairness, if I had to, I could push it. But we're talking how many minutes? 38 minutes, you said?
That's average of obviously one a minute.
1 a minute.
1 Big Mac? No way. I couldn't do it. No way.
So he put out a video. It's on YouTube now.
Oh, God.
Joey Chestnut in the middle of pounding down 32 Big Macs last Thursday, and yeah, it's the most disgusting / awesome thing you'll see all day. The competitive eating legend posted a video on his social media saying he was having a cheat day and wanted to accomplish something he nor any other person had ever done. So he set out to grab a McDonald's world record and fired up his phone to get 15.36 pounds of Big Macs delivered to his house. What happened next is pretty graphic. He slammed all 32 burgers, pickles, lettuce, special sauce and all, and sweated ruthlessly throughout the meal.
Wow.
But in true Chestnut fashion, he dominated the challenge. It had previously been 30, and afterward, he looked pretty damn good for a guy that consumed 18,000 calories in less than an hour.
Holy.
Of course, Joey's used to these kind of feats. He owns the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest for eating a record 74 wieners back in 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it. I couldn't watch this.
That would nauseate me.
No, I couldn't watch that. No way. I mean, have you ever watched him eat at the contest for the Nathan's thing?
No.
First of all, he takes the hot dog and he dunks it in the water
to soften it up.
And then it's like he doesn't really eat it. It's like he inhales the whole thing.
Yeah, it goes right past
he horks it down.
It's almost like he deep throats the damn thing.
Yeah, he horks them down.
I don't even know if he even chews it. I mean,
I don't think there's a chewing. That's the only thing
use
that's
his teeth.
Interesting to me about the Big Mac is you can't just slam that thing down your throat. You have to chew it some point.
You have to chew it somewhere.
I would assume if you don't, you should be in porn, like gay porn.
Yeah, it's on the Squares page or it's on YouTube, obviously. But holy crap, yeah that dude is
32. How many? Okay, let me ask you a question. How in 30 minutes? How many Big Macs do you think you could eat?
Well, 32 Big Macs. That's 64 patties.
No. I'm not asking that question. I'm asking how many Big Macs do you think you could eat?
No, probably
in
not
38 minutes.
I've been on a diet lately, so I've been curbing my fast food.
I don't care about your
intake,
diet.
I know you don't.
About diet. Just what do you think you
could
Two.
I could do 2 comfortably.
Maybe 2.5 if I was inspired or hungry all day.
32 minutes.
Honestly, I'm not a Big Mac guy. I like the quarter pounder with cheese.
38 minutes.
Me too.
So wait, so 38 minutes.
Yeah, that's a little more than 1 a minute.
I'm not.
Otherwise, I'd barf it up.
I'm thinking from my perspective what I could get down.
I think either you guys could probably do 3, but I don't think I could do more than 2.5.
I think in 30. Honestly, depending on how much I've eaten for the day or whatnot, and what we're talking about. Oh no! I hate to tell you, I think on a good day I could get to 6.
Well, let me see. If I didn't eat nothing all day and just stayed on water, I could probably get to about 4.
I'll be honest with you, even with eating, I might on a good day. Because think about it, you're talking 38 minutes. I'm not talking about setting a record. I'm talking
No,
about your own
just
personal
eating.
record.
Yeah, just to eat it.
Right, just to eat it. I mean, in theory, you could down the first two in like 5. I mean, I've eaten 2 Big Macs in less than 10 minutes.
Well, in Glenwood, in Glenview, sorry, I have a picture on the wall. They used to have I think they still do. They have a restaurant there that if you could eat their
They have lots of
1
restaurants
pound,
in Glenview.
yeah, but I'm saying there's one particular one. I
I'm
can't
sure
think
they
of
have
the name
lots of
of it.
particular ones in Glenview.
Excuse me, can I? Thank you.
Let him make his
Uh,
point.
okay, the thing about it is that at this one particular place where I used to work there back in the day, and so this one restaurant, they had a place where you could go ahead and if they had a contest, if you can eat a 1 pound patty, okay, in 15 minutes. 1 pound patty, 1 pound burger.
So wait, hold on. That's from a McDonald's perspective. That's 4 quarter pounders, but you're not even talking about having all the extra bread.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the bread. You're talking about
Oh no. I'm
lettuce,
talking about if
tomato.
you had 4 quarter pounders, that's 4 buns versus you're talking about 1 pound patty. That's 2 buns. That's it.
Right.
That in 15 minutes?
In
Maybe.
15 minutes. Well, I hold the record for doing 2.
Oof.
Okay.
Congrats.
Just don't let Joey Chestnut come in there. You'll be done.
Yeah, I know that's right, but that was years ago, and younger man's clothes, foolishness and shit.
Younger man's clothes.
Okay, Billy Joel.
I wonder how many the monkey could eat.
A monkey could probably eat its weight in Big Macs.
Maybe. Now, what would be amusing is the monkey using finger condoms to eat the Big Macs.
Right, while driving in an Uber 250 miles out of its way.
With a license plate from 1997.
Yes. Speaking of things and here's what they could be watching. Coronavirus porn is going viral on Pornhub.
Why am I not surprised?
Well, like everything else, Rule 34.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fandom, there's porn for it.
And see,
Yep.
Jeff's getting notifications from.
I'm getting notifications.
Inherent, yes.
So yes,
yeah.
we have
notifications from Pornhub.
Health workers and hazmat suits, and we have porn. I don't even want
Hazmat
to get into
suits.
this. It exists. You know what the funny part is? And I'm willing to admit this. The other day I was on Pornhub before I even went to put in something for my search. This came up.
I'm sorry. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I lost you for a second.
Hello, Ivan. Welcome to the News of the Squared.
Okay, sorry.
Like I literally was just doing I didn't even get a chance to search in the search bar and common most popular searches, like coronavirus sex was number 1.
Coronavirus sex.
Oh no, we've been tested positive. We need to stay here until we're quarantined out.
I mean, it's like they're wearing the masks and smoochy boochy. I don't.
Okay, well, you know what would really eliminate that whole use for all of that? Just basically have your partner and go from bag. That way they're not breathing on you.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
Well, you can't eat Big Macs while you're doing coronavirus.
Yeah, put it on her ass cheek while you're.
Yeah, but you still gotta but you gotta take the mask down to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
While you're holding, her thighs with your finger condoms.
Mm-hmm. All right, what else you got, Mike? Let's go on. I don't want to even.
Yes, let's continue. Let's begin, shall we?
Let's begin. Oh.
Here's one from Live Science.
Live
a pig. Science. More animal news. Pig poops out a pedometer and starts a fire.
What?
Nice.
A fire on a farm in northern England was accidentally set by one of the pigs. The firebug had swallowed a pedometer worn by one of its fellow pigs to demonstrate the animals were free range. But after the pig excreted the pedometer, copper in its battery sparked into flame, and the pig dung and dried hay bedding on March 7th, and approximately 2 p.m. local time, the fire spread to cover about 807 square feet of the farmyard before it was contained.
Oh, no.
Fire, fire, fire.
He pooped fire. He pooped and it caught fire. 4 pig pens caught fire at the farm located near Leeds in the country of Yorkshire, and fire crews from nearby Tadcaster and Knaresborough rushed in with hoses to save the bacon.
Save the bacon.
Save the pigs.
The bacon.
In a photo
Make
tweeted
sure
by
you put
Russell
on your
Jenkins,
finger condoms to save it.
yes. In a photo tweeted by Russell Jenkins, a crew manager for the North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service, flames smolder and smoke rises from the ground as firefighters rake through burning hay and dung. In recent years, lithium-ion batteries in personal devices such as cell phones and vape pens have spontaneously combusted, sometimes causing severe burns and even broken bones, according to Live Science. However, no animals were involved in the pig pen fire, including the fire hog who had inadvertently started the blaze, were harmed by any flames or smoke, according to the firefighters' tweets. So thank goodness nobody got hurt when the pig pooped the pedometer and set the place on fire. That's why
There's a superhero named
Like-
Fire Hog.
Fire hog, the flaming pig.
Some big southern fat guy in an outfit that's too small.
Super Sal.
And shows his big freaking gut, and he's like got 2 like fire guns. And it's like, I'm
Super
Fire
Sal.
Hog.
He's got 8 little things. Super Sal.
With his trusty monkey sidekicks who beat you in air hockey.
Yeah.
Throwing shit at everybody.
Yeah,
Yes.
basically.
I bet
There's
you won't find
money
that
in
on
that idea
Pornhub.
right there.
Next story,
I'm
Jeff.
a Fire Hog.
Fire hog.
Yo.
Fire in the Sal.
You know where the monkeys would be happy? The zoo. Maybe the Cincinnati Zoo that's hosting adults only slumber party with drinks and a bonfire and private zoo tours. I don't know why they're doing that. Spend a wild night on the wild side of the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanic Gardens adults only slumber party.
Uh-huh.
The overnight adventure welcomes adults ages 21 and up for dinner, drinks, and a tour of the zoo, offering a special encounters with a few African animals along the way. That sounds like it's wrong all by itself.
Yeah, that sounds wrong.
The tour, maybe they play air hockey. Who knows? The tour includes an inside look at how zookeepers keep the animals healthy and happy in their environments. The evening wraps up with a bonfire, and eventually guests will make their way to an African safari tent with a cot and bunk beds. The guests can enjoy a waffle bar and catered breakfast the following morning before spending some time with the zoo's giraffes. Apparently, there are a bunch of different opening dates. There's a date in April for this, May, and June. It costs anywhere between $156 for members to $166 for non-members. Tickets include dinner, 2 drinks, animal encounters. That sounds wrong.
Yeah.
It's like that coronavirus sex thing. There you go. Animal coronavirus sex. There you go. Behind the scenes tours, sleeping arrangements, breakfast, and admission to the zoo the following morning. They say that guests should bring a sleeping bag, a pillow, toiletries, finger condoms. No finger condoms. Water bottle, comfortable clothes, and cash for the cash bar if you're planning on burning. See, now here's the problem with this. You're gonna let somebody get drunk in a zoo
Oh, no.
after hours. This is not a good idea.
No, getting people drunk in a zoo after hours only brings about very heinous
We already got dumb enough people.
Hey there, Mr. Lion. You don't look
We
so
already got
tough.
people sober who walk into the lion.
Hello, Mr. Cow. I love you,
I'm-
Mr.
There are
Cow.
no
You're worried
cows
about
at the
the cow?
zoo, Ivan.
Jonathan
Cow.
Brandmeier sang about it.
Jonathan Brandmeier sang about it because we all believe Jonathan Brandmeier.
Oh, then that must be true.
Must
It
be
is true, though. It was in the paper.
All the zoos I've been to, there are no cows at any of the zoos.
There is one at the Lincoln Park Zoo.
There
Yeah,
is?
but that's
There's a cow
farm.
at the
Yeah.
Lincoln Park Zoo?
Yeah, there's a farm.
Yes, it's
They have
called
a
the farm in
section.
Oh, the
zoo.
farm. Okay, all right.
They have a farm section. That's not really a zoo. That's a
Yeah,
farm.
so adults drinking
Farm in
late
the
at
zoo.
night and zoo animals do not mix.
You know somebody wants to fuck in the zoo. You know that's coming.
Somebody's gonna fuck in the zoo.
You know somebody wants to. You know that's half the reason you do that. Why
To
else
fuck
would you go?
Zoo.
Someone's got that on the bucket list. I always
Oh,
wanted
great!
to fuck in the zoo.
Drunken bestiality is not my idea of a good time.
Well, I wasn't thinking about drunken bestiality. I was
Not
just thinking
not
in
the
general.
animals, just a little
Oh,
bit
just
of
the people in
let-
general.
letting the animal watch
exactly.
you.
Like you want to go to the lion exhibit and go fuck. Okay. You know.
Hi, I have a thing about zebras. You want to
Yeah,
see it?
seriously.
The thing is, I'm sure they got security cameras all over there. And wasn't the
And they're all
Cincinnati
laughing.
Zoo? Wasn't that the
They're all laughing
Cincinnati
at
Zoo where
stuff.
that Harambe, the gorilla?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, the
But you know, some of those people might want them to take the pictures on the security camera. That might be the whole hot thing there. I don't know.
Are you
Ivan,
kidding?
you don't know about Harambe?
No, I don't know about Harambe. Sorry.
That was the gorilla they had to euthanize because the kid climbed into the.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. Okay, I know the story. I didn't. Okay. Just the name
So
escaped.
the kid climbed into the cage with the animal,
With
and they
the-
had to.
the animal, and they had to euthanize the monkey, the gorilla.
Yeah. Out
The
of sympathy of the kid.
gorilla.
That's right.
Right.
All right, Mike. What else you got?
Well, let's see here. Well, seeing as we're on more animal stories, sure, let's put one up here from the Unilad from the UK. South Carolina mom names a pet snake Dickhead for unique skin mark. And this picture's
Why don't you just call
the-
it trouser snake to
bruh.
make it obvious.
the article's here on the Squares page. I'm sure you're all familiar with cats and dogs with the likes of Fluffy, Sooty, Patch, and Dottie and all the base of the free markings, but none quite compare to this little corn snake, who is affectionately named after his interesting appearance. The reptile, who belongs to Craig Park and his family, instantly became known as Dickhead when his humans discovered that the scales on his head resembled a cock and balls.
Oh no! Oh
Good
no!
Lord.
Oh no!
So
Oh my
Put the
god!
condom on him. Put the condom on him.
But he'll suffocate.
need a little breathing hole. Fortunately, Dickhead should feel right at home in his new family, who are all avid snake lovers and have kept corn snakes, milk snakes, king snakes, rat snakes, and even a 32-year-old ball python, to name just a few.
Oh boy!
Mm.
Oh
So is
boy!
it the corn snake for the corn hole? Is that how that works?
That's right.
I am cornholio.
But yeah, you look like
corn
it's
snake for my bunghole.
yeah. He's got a he's on the top of his head. And it's pointing right at you when you look at the snake. Yep.
I bet he'd be.
Oh,
see,
poor-
he'd be a good feature attraction at the Cincinnati Zoo on adult night.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, that thing's got a dick on his head.
Yeah,
let me
meet
see, let me
Dickhead.
Hey, let me see. You want to see my corn snake?
Yeah, really. You want me to pop your corn, buddy? I'll play air hockey with you.
he said dickhead. Corn snake.
So we talked a little bit about this on the Squares to the Roundtable podcast. But we'll reiterate it here. No, you cannot use Tito's vodka to make your own hand sanitizer. Why would you want to? Why would you want to? Could you just use? Why would you? Tito's ain't cheap.
No, it's
That's not like. I mean,
Well,
why
you
would
know-
you use that? Why wouldn't you use like box wine or Boone's Farm or? some
because it
bullshit?
probably doesn't get enough alcohol content to make it viable.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Because Boone's Farm and all
I
the
can't believe it.
cheap ass
So-
ripple shit.
so
You
they
got to
actually
worry
had to
about alcohol.
respond.
You pound it.
They actually had to respond. Tito's had to respond and explain why their alcohol can't be used as a to create hand sanitizer. Why would you waste perfectly good vodka?
I don't know. Some people.
That's
like
expensive.
that.
That's not. It's not like you went out and got cheap vodka. Not that there's such a thing as cheap vodka, but why would you waste perfectly? I mean, why don't you just drink it? You got a better shot of sterilizing yourself drinking it than
actually putting it on your hands and spilling half of it on the ground. I mean, come on.
First put on the condoms, then you'll sterilize it. That'd be
there you go. Do you pour them into the condoms and then stick your hands inside the condoms?
There you go. Lubricate the condoms with the Tito's vodka.
There you go. There's a trick.
There we go. Now it makes all the sense in the world.
People do anything the internet tells them to.
Oh yeah, it's gotten to that.
Yeah. All right, Mike. What else you got?
Well, speaking of alcohol in strange places. This one from ABC7 Chicago. Nearly 300 gallons of wine flowed out of faucets in a town in Italy.
Yes.
Oh,
baby.
Where's my glass?
Forget that. Where's my box?
Okay, yeah.
Out of Castelvetro in Italy.
To put it in?
Yeah, this is a good time to be quarantined in the nation in Italy right now. A mistake in Italy briefly turned water into wine. Nearly 300 gallons of Lambrusco came flowing out of faucets in the town of Castelvetro in northern Italy.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Okay, give me my gallon jug. I'm going there. If I'm gonna be quarantined, I'm gonna be doing it high every day.
The problem came from a local winery where the workers planned to bottle a new batch of wine.
Stop. This is not a problem. It's only a problem for the winery. For the shower, it's great.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, some people might consider this a problem. What about the children? The poor children.
Yeah, I was about to go there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's some idiot immediately going, but my children, what about the children? Fuck your children.
Well, don't the kids drink like wine at like age 3 in Italy?
Or is that
France?
I think so.
They have wine with Sunday dinner. Hey.
Aren't they all a bunch of winos over in Europe anyway?
So the workers planned to bottle a new batch of wine, but their product somehow leaked into the pipes. And people in the community thought the mistake was somehow connected to the coronavirus.
Oh, no.
But the problem was fixed in 3 hours. But those were a great 3 hours for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody in Italy is wasted.
So this next story that I'm throwing out here is not really 100% a story, but I wanted to get your take on it, and we should probably talked about this on the Squares of the Roundtable podcast instead. But the Hitchhiker's Galaxy is turning 42.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you mean the book?
Yeah, it's turning 42.
Wow.
Now, if you're not aware that the answer, according to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to all of life's questions is 42.
That's right.
And now it's turning 42.
Ah.
So the question is, what does that mean? I mean, is that like the meaning of life or something? Or I guess it happened March 8th. That apparently,
it was Sunday.
Yeah, so this past week about the fact that it
had its radio premiered on that day in 1978.
So yeah, so yeah, very, 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 very. I don't know how to put it. Whatever. All right, what else we got?
What else do we have?
Oh wait, we have one more.
Okay.
One more story.
Jeff, give us the last story.
We have the last story.
We can pack it up.
Actually, no. Well, no. We only have one more story. This is the one. This is actually pretty good. We have a lot of coronavirus stories.
Yes, we do. Apparently,
stories this week, but this one is right up there. So everybody's been talking about the toilet paper thing, and why are we out of toilet paper? Well, perhaps this is why we're out of toilet paper. So a family in Australia, when they went to go order their toilet paper, may have gone accidentally a little too far. The family was sitting. They were supposed to. The gentleman's name is Hattie Jansky meant to order 48 rolls, but instead ordered 48 boxes.
Whoa. Well then.
Wow. No wonder why
Now
they're
she and her family are the proud owners of 2,304 rolls of toilet paper.
Enough
They
paper
have stacked up in their garage.
No, they got enough paper to last them the next 30 years.
According to this, 12. 12 years.
Huh?
12 years supply.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
It's funny because apparently Australia is currently facing a shortage of the bathroom necessity. According to ABC, this is likely due to Australians stockpiling everyday items. This has forced some factories to ramp up production at 24 hours a day schedule. I'm relieved that my friends and families don't have to worry about it. Haiti Jansky told Reuters. Chris Jansky shared a video of his family's unexpected toilet paper haul on Facebook, where he showed his wife sitting on a throne made out of large boxes of toilet paper. According to the family, they don't plan on using all of the toilet paper themselves, which they say would take them about 12 years to do. Instead, the family says they plan on selling the extra boxes in a fundraiser for the same price that they paid.
Right.
In fairness, in the middle of a shortage, and they
could make a profit.
They could make a serious profit.
Yeah, they could.
That's
right. These boxes were $4.80. Now they're $48. There you go. Yeah.
just have
Well,
monkeys deliver it.
I've made some drunken purchases online.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nothing this mistaken.
Well, in fairness, they wanted 48 rolls. They didn't want 48 boxes. I mean,
48 cases, right.
yeah, but you'd think.
Wow.
See, here's the problem. Here's the thing that I don't get. When you
What's
went
that?
and checked out, at no point did you notice
Did you
what
look
the
at the
cost
total?
was? Yeah, didn't you look at the total? And go, wait a minute, that's a lot of money for toilet paper.
Well, I guess it was one of those drunken purchases, I guess.
Maybe.
I don't think they were drunk. I just think I'm just kind of like sitting here going, how? Unless it was like one of those things where it's like you just click the button and go and it doesn't even, where it's like boop bought that kind of thing.
No,
Maybe.
even like through Amazon purchases, you still have to see the total before you click buy it now.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Make your purchase or
That's
whatever the
thing.
button is.
I mean,
Right.
I would just think that at some point you're looking at the price going, wait, what? Whoa, how much is this? Wait a minute, why does it cost so much?
Well, maybe it might not have been clear on the site that they were on, I guess. Maybe so it might have been.
Yeah, but I mean, like the price. I mean, I'm just trying to think. Like, for example, like what does it cost to buy toilet paper in America? I mean, depending on
Unless it's really cheap, one-ply toilet paper and it doesn't cost very
right.
much.
It's usually like what, $12 for a roll for like what 9 to 12 rolls, right?
Well, if you really shop around, you can get 8 rolls of 1,000 sheet Scott towels for like $9.
You said towels. We're talking about toilet paper.
Toilet paper, well, yeah.
I'm not using towel for toilet paper.
Bathroom
Ow.
tissue is the preferred nomenclature.
Okay, bathroom tissues.
We need bidets. That's what we really need.
What?
We need a bidet.
For washing your backside, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this stupid toilet paper that would save all the problems.
They're just like in the
I know why
PJs.
guys
Don't use the
but I know
paper
why we
towels.
won't. I know why guys won't, because guys are all scared about something shooting up their ass. And that's.
Yeah, well, until you wipe your ass with a leaf, you ain't lived, I'll tell you.
I'm glad I haven't lived.
Okay.
I'm glad I haven't lived.
You haven't lived until you checked us out on Instagram and Twitter
Oh,
you
there we go.
at SOTRT Podcast. We're on YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe. You know when the content drops. All these crazy, wacky stories are on the Squares Roundtable Facebook page. Shout out to Scott.
Scott!
Scott.
Of course, you can download our podcast on all the usual podcasting hosting platforms. Google, Podbean, Anchor,
Apple.
Spotify.
Nah.
Leave us a review. We'd appreciate it. It'd be great. Believe me. Email us at sotrtpodcast@gmail.com.
So we'll see you back again. Thanks for hanging with us, my friends. So when you touch upon the bell or platform, yes, you will. So come on back to the Knots program. And I hope that you will
That
see
doesn't
us
even
back
rhymes.
again.
Knots program.
Not at all.
The
Work in
Knots
progress. Oh, well.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping
Wow.
by. Stay for the veal. Please tip your waitresses and musicians. Maybe Ivan, too. Yes.